Family businesses remain a critical pillar of Uganda's economy, contributing over 70% to the national GDP and forming the majority of micro, small and medium enterprises. Yet despite their importance, many continue to struggle with unique structural and governance challenges. According to the findings released by the Economic Policy Research Center, poor succession planning, lifestyle pressures among family members and weak governance systems continue to undermine sustainability and long-term growth.
Lack of interest from your next generation. Your children simply do not want to do what you're doing. They have their different careers, they have their different interests. So then what happens? You have to put in mind that you not necessarily have to involve the children. You can professionalize the business and you stay on ownership, but then when it comes to management, day-to-day operations, you can professionalize it if the children are not interested. Then the other issue that was coming out is, of course, our norms, where we favor sons over the daughters, because we have this thing that the daughters are going to go off and get married, and you probably do not want a third party in your business, so you favor the sons because they will stay in the family anyways. And
the study further highlights the rising concerns around polygamous family structures, which complicate decision-making and ownership disputes, as well as the widespread absence of proper business databases as an issue experts say has affected planning, transparency, and access to financing.
And then, of course, the polygamous family settings that we have, that brings a lot of conflicts because you do not know just who to give what, who to put in what, because then that would mean that they will see it as favoritism. So that usually those three things affect our succession plan implementation as family business owners, and that can actually affect the continuity of the business.
At the same workshop, the Uganda Investment Authority noted that government has put in place a range of incentives to help family-owned enterprises scale, formalize operations, and increase their contribution across sectors. These include tax incentives, investment support services, and specialized advisory programs.
Agro-industrialization, the incentives there for retaining the investment are sweeter. The ones for tourism development are sweeter. Each of those are contributing about 20% to GDP, and the aim is to increase that if we achieve the tenfold strategy of 500 billion in the next 15 years. The other ones, which are multiplier ones around middle development and ICT, are equally important. And when I look through the room, I believe that the majority will fall between agro-industrialization, but also tourism development. And I'll speak to just those.
Despite the challenges, many business owners shared inspiring journeys on how they have managed to sustain their enterprises across generations, emphasizing discipline, proper record keeping, and continuous reinvestment.
When you die, is then they will start asking for the titles to dispose them of. That's one. Two, the girl child, to me, as a physical example, all the projects that I have bring up are uptaken by 80% of the girls more than the boys.
The key decision that our parents did was involving us from a younger age. We helped in doing activities like screen printings. Back in the day, when we were designing the packages, we had to print the packages manually. So we were really involved in that process. Also in the packing, in the stock taking of products, all those kinds of activities, we were really involved. And during those times, we didn't fully understand it. You know, even sometimes we'd even lag behind. Like, why are we doing this? You know, as a child, it becomes a bit challenging for you. But at least today, we realized that we were learning how a business works.
That giving something called a silver spoon feeding or giving our children in a silver plate. Because we give our sweat and blood to build our empire, but our children comes and from day one. So I'm not criticizing anyone. Maybe in my business my son will come, I don't know whether he will come or will not come because he is in London. I don't know but I have told them very clearly that you have to earn yourself. So even if you have a successful businessman, your children is coming, please do not let them realize that you are a son of a chairman of this company. No. peace will become as in.
Discussions concluded, experts advised families to separate business issues from domestic affairs, hire relatives based strictly on merit, and ensure that children, all next generation successors, begin at the lowest operational levels instead of assuming dictatorship from the start. This, they said, offers proper grounding and hands-on appreciation of how the business functions. Naomi Namsoke for NSTV.